Thank you so much, Sandy, for joining us today. How did you end up becoming the head of growth at Google?
Thanks so much for reaching out, and I'm excited to join this. I've been with Google almost 8 years now. I started as the second marketer in Google Indonesia. That I had a privilege to work across the products, but more importantly, setting up the culture and communicating externally what Google is contributing and would contribute down the line. Then the regional office basically offered this position first as brand reputation, telling the story of how Google is contributing to the local economy, and then of course from the regional point of view is how Google is contributing to the region. That's how I end up become the head of Grow with Google. Just for context, Grow with Google is our skilling initiative. So it's helping people to get the skills needed to grow their business, to grow their career, and of course, just be successful as an individual.
What are the main skills that people need to be job ready in digital marketing? Can you tell me a little bit about that?
This is actually very timely as well. As you've probably read in the news that we just launched a Skills in Action Singapore program. In our partnership with Singapore government, it really is highlighting what is the in-demand skills amidst all of the situation that we are currently at, right? The government is anticipating a lot of job losses. It's not only Singapore, it's the region, and it's actually, in fact, like world concern that we are going into recessions, right? So one of the anticipated consequences of that is shrinking jobs, as well as more competitive job landscape. Asian countries and economies, we in fact looking into the growing population, like the younger populations coming into the workforce, but without enough job supply. Trying to create an ecosystem whereby we upskill and we reskill whenever that is necessary to capture the in-demand jobs. So then we prepare, and we have to prepare people to go into the job market. There is not enough talent. So obviously there is a big and massive opportunity there. For Singapore, we highlighted two programs, which are cloud as well as digital marketing.
It's been a pretty tough year for anything event related. As a result, do you think you had fewer opportunities to market your product?
In fact, it's actually the contrary. I feel very strongly that this is the time where people actually want to listen more. I think mentally we are also getting very selective on what we are hearing. We have a lot more control. Of course, from marketing point of view, then it is an opportunity to get through, right? But this is the time that actually we create that message, right? People want to listen more about it. Yeah. Marketing activities offline versus online. Online provides us with a lot of platforms that we can utilize. The issue or the current challenge, and in fact the opportunities for a lot of marketers to think and to switch their mindset. It's not so much about the platforms. It is about getting the message through the right channels and being able to adapt. I think this is the time actually to exercise that creativity side of our work.
Then the future of the events landscape, are virtual events here to stay?
Yeah, absolutely. And even from day one, we believe that technology is the enabler. The shift of behavior is happening, and we are seeing the evidence that the online events, the online meetups, the online tools are in fact helping people to reach a better targeted audience, and then getting a much more efficient in the execution. It's obviously kind of like a paradise for all of the SNO strategic and operation out there. So yeah, it's here to stay. It's just that we need to get smarter in terms of selecting the best format to convey the message.
I have one more question. How are you differentiating your firm's value proposition to drive growth in this changing environment?
So our growth strategy from day one is always to first knowing what the user wants. The second component of that is knowing what we can do to help. And we have been very consistent in applying this principle, if I can say that. As the head of Grow with Google, this is in fact an opportunity for us as well to dial up a set of resources and helping tools and courses for the audience out there to then upskill or get a new skill and even reskill. We have been seeing 3 times, 4 times more traffic coming into our website, we have seen a very increased engagement. People are interacting with our content. We believe knowing what the user needs and then knowing also how then our product and services can help is the way to grow.
And I think that brings our interview to a close. Sandy, I really appreciate you taking your time to join us today.